I woke up with the sun today and it feels so energizing. It's also a look that I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm excited to do it. So this is a good day. It's the 1st of September as I'm filming this, and I love when a new month comes in. To me it kind of feels like a new beginning, so I'm excited. For some reason I feel like starting with my face makeup today, and I'm using the Reboot foundation from Makeup Forever. Yes, I'm using foundation. I even washed my sponge. Change is happening. I'm taking kind of like a pump and a half, I think. It's gonna be enough. And spreading it evenly on my face. And I will pat it in with my sponge. I don't really apply face primers. Of course you can if you want to. I usually just use my skincare as a base. Usually in the mornings, this morning as well, I use a vitamin C serum and sunscreen and eye cream. So that's about it. My face is nice and moisturized. I'm gonna be careful around my nose to get into this area. Whenever I apply foundation, I avoid my eye area, so I leave this part foundation free because I'm going to apply concealer in that area. And I'm also extending it a little towards my neck, but especially like on this, under the jawline, on this area. So for my under eyes, I'm gonna follow up with a little bit of concealer, and I'm using the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade Neutralizer. I used to use this one a lot, but for some reason I just took a pause, I guess. And I'm using the same sponge to blend in the concealer. I usually concentrate it in the inner portion of my under eyes because this is where I get the most discoloration. And here in my outer corner I just apply it for like highlighting, lifting purposes. And I like extending it towards my temples. I'm gonna set this right away because for the rest of the face makeup I'm gonna use powder products today. I'm gonna set with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder. And as usual, I'm only setting my under eye area. So I'm using a small brush. This is actually a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. And this is the kind of brush that I use to set my under eyes because it allows me to get in all the areas. And also I feel like it sets really well. Whenever I use a larger brush to set, my concealer creases. And I don't like that. And my brush is shedding hairs. Especially for my deep set eyes, I can get into this inner portion. It's usually a little bit more difficult to access with a larger brush. And I also like bringing the powder a little down and set the area around my nose. And here where usually my pores get visible, this really blurs them out. What is your favorite season? Because since it's the 1st of September, as I'm filming this, I think how fall is knocking on the door. I already see signs, like I sometimes see like leaves dying and stuff. I'm moving on to a little bit of contour. I'm using the NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade So Taupe. This is broken and fixed and broken and fixed, like me. I don't know why I am like this. Anyway, I'm gonna use this to contour because I want a slightly more sculpted face. I naturally have a chubby, cute, rounder face, so we're trying to define it a little bit. I'm gonna start from the top of my ear and do little stamping motions because I don't have powder in this area and I want to avoid the contour looking patchy. It can really cling to the foundation if you don't have powder on. So you gotta be really careful on how you apply it. If you have issues with that, of course, setting the entire face with a large brush with powder can help you. But I kind of want my cheeks to stay powder free and dewy, so yeah. This is a really cool toned contour powder, so it really looks like I'm placing some shadows there and it looks a little bit more realistic, I guess. And I'm also gonna contour underneath my jawline, so I'm trying to define this area by placing a shadow underneath it. So anyway, I was talking about fall, and I love fall. If I didn't overthink it, fall would be my favorite season. The reason why I kind of dislike fall is because it announces that winter is near, and I hate winter. Okay, I think that is a bit dramatic, but I don't like winter. I think winter is just sad. Winter is just short days, darkness for most of the day, cold, and that's it. I also don't really enjoy winter sports. I don't enjoy putting on 5 layers of clothing, but fall is lovely. I love fall outfits. I love the vibe of fall. I love the leaves falling. I'm gonna contour a bit underneath my nose here, just to lift it up visually. And what I did in my outer corner is I started like kind of on the crease, outer crease of the eye, and drag the contour towards my temples. This really helps lift the outer corner visually. It's gonna connect nicely with the eyeshadow that we're going to apply a little bit later. I love the coziness of fall because it's getting a little bit cooler, but not cold as in winter. Fuzzy blankets are coming in, fuzzy socks, and just all the cozy stuff. And my aim for this fall is to rewatch the whole Harry Potter series. I've been thinking about it for a while. Following up with a little bit of blush, I'm using the Essence, the blush, in the shade 10. It's pink, but not too pink, kind of like a softer pink. Pink. I just said pink like a lot of times, and then I said it a bit more. I'm using a Sigma blush brush, and I'm placing this a little above the contour. I'm trying to keep it kind of on the sides of the face, like I did with the contour. Just slightly blending it inwards, but I don't want to get too close to my nose area and stuff. But regarding the change in the weather, whatever, the end of summer, I do have one more vacation that I still consider a summer vacation because it's in the beginning of September, and I am so excited. I'm gonna be leaving next week. I'm trying to get more content out in advance. I hope I manage not to skip videos because I did skip a lot of videos recently. My life has been so full. I loved this summer. It was the best summer of my life because it was so full of experiences and I did a lot of stuff. I traveled a lot. I did collect a lot of memories and nice experiences. For highlighter, I'm gonna reach for the Maybelline Masterchrome highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. And I'm gonna place it mainly on my cheekbone. But I'm also gonna apply the leftover from my brush on the highest points of my face, so my chin, cupid's bow, tip of the nose, and a place where I like to highlight is in between my brows. For some reason. I don't necessarily highlight the entire bridge of the nose because I have a weird nose shape, but I like highlighting right here. I'm priming my lids with a little bit of the Shadow Insurance from Too Faced. Regarding my upcoming vacation, I do hope that I'm gonna be able to film a vlog as well, because I love looking back on these. It's like I'm reliving the experience, and those travel vlogs are definitely something that I mainly did for myself to help me remember the experience. But then I met a friend and she told me that she watched my Rome vlog when she went to Rome to get recommendations and stuff, and in my mind I couldn't comprehend that these are also useful to some people. So it's not just me documenting the experience to remember it, it can actually help people. So now I want to do it even more. So yeah, vlogging the trip it is. For my eyes, the plan is to go all matte, probably except my inner corner because I'm probably gonna use some highlighter there, but mostly matte. And I want to use neutral browns and black. With this look I want to intensify the eyes. I want them to be the main focus, kind of like when you look at somebody and they see those really defined eyes that really pop up, you know, they feel intimidated. And that's the feeling that I wanna, I don't know, embrace with this look, I guess. Anyway, as a transition, I'm gonna go for my contour powder. Since I did that little extension, it's gonna help me kind of tie the whole look together. So I'm using the same contour powder from NYX, and I'm using a Morphe M506 brush. I think the eyeshadow primer had plenty of time to sit while I was talking because that was my purpose. Usually you have to let it sit for a while, so you will be able to blend on top of it. I am placing it on the outer corner of the eye, connecting it to that temple contour that we did. And then I'm kind of bringing it in the outer part of my crease And I am doing little circular motions and creating that extension in my outer corner to elongate the eye visually. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit more, and I'm also gonna apply it in the inner portion, kind of like a halo eye, but I want to extend it towards this area, like this, my nose, I guess. Again, to create some depth on the eye. And I have deep set eyes, so naturally I have some darkness here. I usually don't emphasize that with makeup, but today we're playing. Picking up a little bit more, applying it on the lower lash line. I'm starting again from the outer part of my lower lash line and kind of dragging it inwards. And very important, I like connecting it to the top part. I don't want a discontinued look, so the lower lash line needs to be kind of in alignment with the top lid, so it kind of flows like it's one and not two parts. Does that make sense? That's exactly why I did my face makeup first as well, because I didn't want to do my upper lid and lower lid separately. I wanted to do them in one big process, I guess. I think this cool tone brown and this placement in the inner portion already makes me look a little bit more intimidating. So I think that could be kind of like an everyday version, a daytime version, I guess, if you don't want to overdo your makeup during the day but still want to look intimidating. I guess this with a little bit of mascara would do it. This is gonna be some sort of a cat eye with black, but I don't want to use liquid liner. I want the liner to be faded, so I'm using a pencil instead. This is an old one. This is a Sephora Collection Glide Liner, and it's waterproof and it's long lasting, and I have like a few millimeters left of it. I hope it's gonna last me until the end of this look, but I like that this doesn't bleed on my waterline. I didn't have much luck with the drugstore pencils, the black ones, so if you have any recommendations of black pencils from the drugstore that are long lasting, please drop them in the comments below. I'll probably get the Maybelline tattoo liner. I have that one in brown and I'm pretty happy with it. But do let me know if you have any other recommendations. Anyway, I'm gonna start with my waterline. That's why I wanted a waterproof pencil, so it stays on my waterline. Again, really helps with that definition of the eye. Black looks a little bit more intimidating, while brown, dark brown, looks a little bit more glamorous, I think. I'm gonna line underneath my lashes as well. And a very important step for me, I'm gonna line here in the tear duct, so right in the inner portion of my eye. That really defines the eye, that really gives me that, you know, intimidating look that I'm aiming for today. Since I said that I want a cohesive, continuous look, I am gonna continue my waterline in my outer corner. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna blend it out. I'm gonna blend it with an angle brush. So I'm just gonna do little flicks of the brush to create an extension. And I only apply this on my outer corner because I have rounded eyes. And round eyes, they are so cute. I love my round eyes, but they are cute and not intimidating, unfortunately. So I'm attempting to create a more extended almond-like eye shape. And I think that managed to switch up the shape of my eye visually. A little detail that I want to add is this in the inner corner, right on my top lid. I'm gonna apply a little bit of pencil and on the base of my lashes again to emphasize that extension on both my outer corner and my inner corner. And I'm gonna do that fading with the brush. You can see that it's not a lot, but I think that it definitely adds to that extension of the eye. I finished this eye. I was scared that I was gonna turn this a little too smoky. That is what I usually do for some reason. Just start with like a beautiful smoky liner and then end up with a full smoky eye. And that didn't happen. I think this is just enough smokiness. I really, really love it. Anyway, going back, I'm gonna reach for a black eyeshadow. I'm using the Warrior by Juvia's Place. I love this palette. This palette has such gorgeous tones. It has the black, it has the grey, it has this transition, which is perfect. I don't really use the rest of the shades, but these, at least these three shades are perfection, and I always reach for them for looks like these. But it's broken. The black is falling apart into all the other shades, so it's really dirty. So excuse that. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the broken black, my makeup matching my energy. I picked it up on the same angled brush that I used for my smoky liner, and I'm gonna top the liner with the black just to set it in place, intensify the shade a little bit. I'm concentrating so I don't ruin it. I'm also gonna apply some in the inner portion where I did that little extension. I picked up a little bit more, and I'm gonna apply it on my waterline as well, and kind of a little under it, so a little in between my lashes. Again, I don't want to turn this way too smoky, so I'm being really careful not to go way too low with the black, and hopefully not poke my eye anymore with the brush. And again, see how I emphasize that continuous continue oh, I don't know English. Anyway, that cohesive, like one piece. What am I saying? Continuity, is that a word? Between the lower lash line and the upper lid. That really amplifies that visual extended effect. I said I was gonna highlight my inner corner. I'm not going to, because I love this just how it is. I am gonna need to blend this a little bit. Again, not too much, not too smoky, but a little bit. So I'm gonna pick up this dark gray from the palette, and I'm using a shading brush from Real Techniques. The smaller the brush, the better, because you're not going to end up with a really smoky eye. This is almost good. I'm trying my best not to go way too high with this. I'm just stamping it a little above the pencil, but half of my brush is staying on that black. Again, I want to stay pretty close to my lash line with it. So I'm carefully, gently stamping it to smoke it out a little bit, but not too much. If I had my pencil brush right now, it would have been perfect, but it's dirty. And I'm lazy. I need to wash my brushes. I always need to wash my brushes, I never do. Let me extend this a little bit more with the angled brush. I don't have any additional product on it, it's just whatever black is in there. I'm just going to use the tip and fade it some more. Back to the gray. I'm chaotic, sorry. Gonna apply some in the inner portion, like I said. Did I say that? I'm not sure if I said it. I'm gonna apply some in the inner portion to emphasize that extension and that little halo effect that I did. And then picked up some more, and I'm gonna apply it on the lower lash line. But again, I'll try to keep it very close to my actual lash line. I didn't think I was gonna say that mascara is an interesting part, but for this look it is, because I'm not curling my lashes like I usually do, but instead I want to focus on that extension. So with the mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Sky High, by the way. I'm gonna try to tilt my lashes towards my temples. So I'm applying just a tiny bit here in the center of my lid. This is all the mascara that I'm gonna apply here, and the rest of it is gonna go on the outer corner lashes while brushing them towards my temples. So instead of going upwards, I go out with the mascara wand, and it's mainly on the outer corner lashes. I like this. It's kind of like I'm creating my own false lashes style. Outer corner extension, please. But I'm not using false lashes usually, so I'm doing that with the mascara. And I'm doing the exact same thing on my bottom lashes. I really want to try that pinching the lower lashes technique, and I actually did try it, but I didn't succeed. So I don't know if it's not for me or if I should try it again. I'll probably try it again because I never quit, unfortunately. For the lips, I'm going to do the same combo that I did in the past few months. I think I did a separate video for this combo as well. But I'm using the NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle with the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl ink in the shade Captivated. And I'm gonna start by lining my lips. And I'm actually filling in the sides because the lipstick, the liquid lipstick that I'm gonna use is pretty light in color. So I'm just gonna apply that on the center of my lip. Okay, so now I'm gonna be smudging a bit of this Maybelline lipstick in the center of my lip. And I really mean smudge it. I'm gonna use my finger to blend it into the pencil. I know this is not how it's supposed to be applied. They say to not touch it after applying it, like don't smack your lips together or do this thing that I do. I'm just breaking the rules. And I don't care about longevity today or the shininess of this. Of course, when I touched it with my finger, I took away the shine. And this is today's look all complete. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's some of the looks that I always say that I'm gonna repeat and do again. But for some reason, whenever I am in a situation where I need to do my makeup, I never think of these things. I never think, oh, let me do that unapproachable makeup look. No, I always do something else. So, I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. I do hope so because I love it and it gives me confidence. So, yeah. Anyway, I do hope that you found this video useful and you enjoyed watching it. I want to thank you so much for watching it, by the way. I wish you an extraordinary and beautiful day. I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!